The Tesla Model X and its windshield give you a driving experience unlike most other vehicles. It almost feels like you're driving a vehicle without a roof, but the charm wears off when you're driving into the sun, or trying to get your toddler to sleep on a sunny day, or on an extended road trip during the summer. The Model X does have a sun visor, but the size of the visor doesn't really block anything out due to its small size, and you have to constantly move the position of the visor as the sun moves across the sky. You could get a windshield screen directly from Tesla, but the mesh material that Tesla uses doesn't do a good job of blocking out the sun. Thankfully, Jowua made a sunshade for the Model X that is easy to install, easy to remove, and provides a thoughtful package that not only covers the upper part of the windshield, it provides shades for the tops of the Falcon wing doors, the rear hatch, and even the small triangular windows that are between the rear windows and the rear hatch, all for an affordable price. The shades are constructed from a wireframe that automatically expand to the size of the window and collapse back into the provided bag without much effort. Jowua also offers two different materials, a mesh material that allows a minimal amount of light into the cabin, which is what we're going to install today, and a completely opaque material that doesn't allow any light in. Watch how easy it is to install. It's like everything is inside this carrying case. As you can see, it is a Jowua branded carrying case. So let's open this up and see what we have. Alright, so the shades expanded in my hand and knocked down the camera, but as you can see now that it's expanded, there are suction cup mounts in the portion of the shade that is going to be closer to the this wired piping, or this plastic piece here that houses the wiring. What I assume to be the autopilot FSD cameras. Suction cups to this side on both sides, and then I think the far side of the shade that's closer to the pillar is going to be fixed using, I think, clips. So let's see how that works. All right, so I'm just going to put one shade here for now. Take the other shade, expand that one out, put that one here on that side of the vehicle. And so there's two more shades. Where these are going to go, over here on the Falcon wing doors. So those two door panels are going to get their own shades. And let's see what else we have in the bag. Okay, so the final piece is a pry tool as well as these clips. And where those clips are going to go is they're going to go along the side here. And that's what's going to be the final piece to keep the shades in place. So let's just try doing that now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the plastic container containing the clips. There's a sticker here. Just tear that. You'll be able to access the clips. Alright. So we'll put, I think, probably two clips on each side, as well as one clip kind of in the upper part of the windshield. Let's see how that works first. So where you're going to slot these clips is between the trim here, and there's a little space here, so you basically just slot the clip over this trim piece right there. So that's one. Put another one over here. That's two. All right, so they're all in place. So there's one there, one there, one there. All right, so let's put this first shade up. All right, so hopefully you can see that. As I said earlier, there are these two suction cups right here. There's one there, all along the central part of the shade. And so So this is how it looks before I'm actually going to push in the plungers here, but let's just do the first one together. push that one in, just the suction cup. Same thing over here. All right, so that one is put in place. That took a few seconds. Just to recap, let me just orient you here. All right, so this is our dashboard for the driver's seat in the Model X. You look up, you have one shade here for the left side, for the driver's side. There's these plunger type suction mounts. You can actually tighten them in place. So they're on the central part of the shade next to the autopilot camera piping right here. And the other parts of the shade are held together using these clips. 1, 2, and 3. So we're just going to repeat this process for the other side of the vehicle. So Jowua does include a pry tool if it's difficult for you to kind of slot the clips in between the trim piece and the glass, but I was able to do it with my fingers without a problem. And so let's just put the shade in place. Again, just like before, we're going to put the shade along the perimeter of the glass, fixing it to the clips. Reorient you up. All right, so I'm looking, basically, you're basically, camera's basically on the armrest looking up. So I'm just gonna, just like before, I'm gonna push in the plunger, or the, push in the suction cup mount. There's one, you tighten it. And then I'm gonna go over here. Gonna push this in as well and tighten. And we're done. So this is a nice in between. If you don't want to completely block out the view from your Model X's expansive windshield, this is kind of a good in between. It blocks out a significant amount of light, but it doesn't completely block out the light. So the sensation that I'm getting here in the driver's seat is it kind of has almost a windshield of like a normal SUV that doesn't have the huge glass that Model X's are known to have. So that can be good or bad. Let's do the window shades in the back now. So as you can see, that window right there is going to get a shade. And we're going to kind of install, well, that just exploded in my hand also. Okay, so with this shade, I don't think there's any difference between the outer and the inner shade like there was before. So let's just pop it in and see how this works. This doesn't require any clips. It'll just expand to the size of the opening here without needing to have any clips secure it. All right, so that one's installed. Hopefully you can see that. Just like the other side. It's just going to slot in the same compartment as the window without needing any clips. All right, there you go. So how does this look from the rear seat? This is actually going to be important for some of you who have kids, and this is kind of the reason why you are considering this product in the first place. So sitting back here, there's definitely a noticeable decrease in the amount of light coming in here. It's about, I don't know, 3 o'clock on a fall day here in Southern California, so there's still quite a bit of sun, but it's starting to, you know, go down. But there's still a significant amount of sun coming into the cabin, and these shades definitely decrease that sensation. So just sitting back here, like I said earlier, it feels like you're kind of in a more traditional SUV without the expansive windshield. So, and I think that's what a lot of you are probably going for if you are shopping for the shade. Probably a parent who needs some relief for a sleeping kid in the back, or you yourself just need to want a little bit more privacy or just less light affecting your drive. So this will definitely provide it for a pretty affordable price. But that's only half of the kit. You'll notice that in the rear, there's still the glass rear hatch that Jowua also has a shade for. So we're going to install that now. And that should also be a pretty simple installation. So just like before, we have a Jowua branded bag here that contains the shade. And I think just like there is a shade in here that just expands, sometimes kind of violently, so we have to be really careful that we don't completely break the camera. All right, slowly expand this. All right, so yeah, that's since this is the rear glass, obviously this doesn't block out as much light since you still need to be able to see back there. So let's just install this now. All right, so the last part of this kit are these two small triangular pieces. Where that's going to slot is in rear, um, the rear small windows between the rear passenger windows and the rear hatch. So this should be a quick install. Let's do that now. All right, so you can see there's a little window back here. That's the rear hatch that we just installed the shade on. It's that tiny little window right there. And so we're going to put one of these shades in each one. All right, finally get those installed. That was a little bit more difficult than I was expecting, but strangely enough, the side that says this side up, it's actually reversed. It actually should be down in my experience. So the tabs actually point downward. So that's passenger side. That's the driver's side. Thanks so much if you've made it this far in the video. If you're interested in getting a set of these shades for your own Model X, there are links in the description below. And if you use our discount code, you'll get a percentage off of the purchase price and help support our channel. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.